Hello everybody and welcome back to Donkey Kong Country. My name's Cody.
And I'm Fu.
And this is Trick Track Trek.
Yep, it's an auto-scroller.
Good. I love auto-scrollers. I wish that they would be banished from this earth.
Yeah.
I wish to never see an auto-scroller again.
Yeah, this is an auto-scroller. It's also, it hits another kind of common video game trope, and one that's survived to this day. At this point, you've seen every enemy model in the game.
Yeah.
So now they're going to throw something like 10 of them at you in one level, just to kind of remind you of everything that you have experience with and how it works, so that you're set up going into the last third of the game here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like that's not an uncommon thing, you know, if the Zelda does it in the form of the Cave of a Thousand Trials.
Yeah.
You know, even something like a modern first-person shooter, all the Halo games will do this. They'll find a way to present you with
Jumped into that.
With a level that has you go back and re-experience kind of every sort of challenge that you've faced so far.
Right.
And they're usually, pretty enjoyable levels, because you really get to flex your muscles, show your skills. Unfortunately, the auto-scroller aspect of this one detracts from it a little bit.
Right, it makes it it makes it bad.
Bad.
Which is my opinion of auto-scroller levels in general, but it's alright. It's, I'm sure nothing could possibly go wrong.
Yeah, this is an interesting level.
Word.
Yeah. Interesting level 2 in that it definitely...
Did you see that Matrix dodge?
It was beautiful, yeah. Oh, and there's another one.
Ah.
Definitely highlights the differences between Donkey and Diddy. Because you're getting so many of the enemies coming at you that you've already seen, including the ones that Donkey can kill easily and Diddy can't.
Right.
And because you're on this restricted space, it really does behoove you to have Donkey in the lead. Now, whether that means that you keep Diddy out in front as long as you can, and then have Donkey to kind of finish the home stretch, because that's where it gets really tough. Or it means that you just try to keep Donkey through the whole level. I mean, that's a strategic decision. That's up to you.
Yeah.
But it is interesting that they have this sort of level that really highlights the difference between the two characters in Donkey's favor, and they don't have anything similar really for Diddy. That's a little bit unfortunate. I think it's one of the reasons that, even though the series is called Donkey Kong Country, this is the only game where Donkey is playable. Because as much as speedrunners will tell you that they prefer playing as Diddy, I think the vast majority of the original audience was kind of frustrated with Diddy. Because in a situation like the one you were just in, if you would have been Diddy there, you would have died.
Right.
Because you would have bounced off the helmet.
I hate those vultures more than any other enemy in this game. And I don't know what that guy was doing, walking in place.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. Worked out for you, though.
It's actually, when you think about it, what he's doing is infinitely more sensible than what everyone else is doing, which is jumping off the edge to their death, or just walking off of cliffs. So, he's the sensible one, I guess. Because everyone else, look at these beavers.
Just right to the death.
Yeah.
That's interesting. You gotta wonder how exactly K. Rool inspires this level of loyalty in his minions. I mean,
maybe he's got maybe he's got a good dental program or
something like that, or there's a promise for the families back home.
Yeah. I mean, it's I always found it interesting to think of when you look at I hate these vultures. When you look at, I guess, stuff that you take for granted as normal, just like Bowser kidnaps the princess, Mario goes to save her, etc. Well, I panicked there. You look at that stuff, and when you actually think about it, is Bowser the good guy? Is Bowser a union leader trying to stop the monarchy?
Yeah.
Because he clearly has the absolute loyalty of a lot of people. And when you play the like Mario and Luigi games, he seems like a not actually an unreasonable person. And he's trying to stop the monarchy. Would he be a hero? Would he be a revolutionary hero if we were looking at him from a different perspective from history?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple interesting interpretations there, right? Like, it's possible that that it's like those old Bugs Bunny and Roadrunner cartoons where the sheepdog and the wolf, you know, they go to work in the morning, friends, and then they put in their daily shift as the you know, as they compete for the safety of the sheep.
That's
and they
the
go
only
home
way for it to make sense in Mario, because they're playing golf and tennis together all the time.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and then they're killing each other, and it's like, are you just on? You're just on shift.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, hold on, my work break is over. Let's fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's entirely possible that this is what the Toads, you know, society has decided is good entertainment, is you know, a constant conflict between the Koopas and the royal family, and that they just have to propagate that. Like, it's a little bit terrible, but
it's a conspiracy by Toadsworth all along. Can't trust him, Toadsworth.
Can't trust that guy, no.
He's like some sort of mafia godfather.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was a hilarious reference to a forum game, if you were wondering.
We just played the Cody one that I lost, so he's got to rub it in a little bit.
Yeah, it's yeah. We had a Mario themed Mafia game, which I love playing. This forum Mafia. I don't know how many people have played it. It seems like a lot of people have played it, actually. When I ask people about forum Mafia, they're like, "Oh yeah, I've played Mafia." But Zelda Universe uses a weird variation that no one else uses, so it's probably you haven't played this Mafia before.
Yeah, nothing quite as frustrating as what we do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're moving on here. We are past the auto scroller, back to a kind of traditional cave level. Nothing that we haven't seen before in this level yet. It does introduce a new puzzle towards the end. For the most part, I think this level is here kind of as foreshadowing to set you up for the final boss, and to kind of put some narrative into this whole Creme Croc Industries thing, because it's not immediately clear you know, what's going on. Unlike the forest level, where there was a very clear narrative, or you're moving, you know, up through the canopy of the forest, stuff like that. You're just kind of wandering around through different backgrounds here. It's far less coherent. But the narrative that they seem to be trying to put together is, okay, you're in this industrial environment, and there are these evil barrels that keep spurting out all sorts of different toxic enemies that you're seeing here. Right. And that's kind of the story of this world, as much as it has one.
Right, that snakes are made out of barrels with big poison signs on them. Yeah,
exactly.
Which I noticed they always helpfully have in video games. Big warning labels that say, this is poison, or this is flammable, and then people always ignore them. For some reason. They always ignore all the warning labels. Alright, so let's try going downhill.
There you go. Ooh. Yeah, so this is kind of awkward in the kind of verticalness of it, where you can't always see you know, what's right below you like that. There's a reason for that in how they had to design the puzzles later in the level. The view that you have is very specific, and unfortunately that just puts a constraint on how the level has to look up until that point. It's something that challenged a lot of 16-bit games. Like Sonic had the same sorts of problems, where they wanted to do something interesting later in the level. It tended to have ramifications back through the earlier parts of the level, which is somewhat annoying. But this is what I'm talking about. So this is the elevator antics part of elevator antics, where you're navigating.
That was definitely Antic.
Yes.
I hate those vultures. What are they called?
Neckies, or I think those are mini Neckies.
I hate those mini neckies. They're much worse than neckies.
That-
Even
no,
though
for
they're
sure.
called mini neckies, neckies don't shoot like rocks at you. Oh,
Oof, I thought you were good there.
oh yeah, I pressed the attack button, the roll button.
Yeah, just the animation was a little off.
Oh well, I hit the checkpoint, so we can go from here now. Get that necky.
It's an interesting, interesting bit of design. In some of the barrels will roll, and some of them won't. And oftentimes you can't tell by looking at them whether they're going to roll or whether they're going to explode on contact. The metal ones are nice because they always do roll.
Yeah.
But it's never been clear to me why.
Third try lucky.
There you go. Why they made those kind of decisions and didn't give themselves a way to signal it, to tell you how the barrel was going to behave before they threw it. It's a little...
I keep falling for that because I forget I only have Diddy.
Yeah. That's another kind of interesting effect here. A decision they had to make is how you would begin a level after you'd previously died, given that you have a partner system. So you died as Diddy, and in this case you just started again as Diddy.
I'm just laughing at that vulture.
It didn't have to be this way, and in fact it's not constant across the series. Sometimes when you die as, the one character, you come back as the partner character rather than the character you were just playing.
Yeah.
And that would definitely help in a situation like this, where the level is built more for Donkey Kong, who can kill those guys, than it is for Diddy.
Right.
Here, I think it's mostly a concession to the co-op mode of the game. There you go. And setting up mechanics for that, and not worrying too much about the single-player experience and how it affects it. In DKC 2, where there's a much more marked difference between Dixie, brutal, and the partner characters, then it makes a lot more sense to focus on how you come back after death. You come back with the same character you just played, you come back in the same order, assuming that you died with both characters. These are all kind of calls that they had to make, and they originally did it, I think, without much concern, and then later they thought about it a little bit more.
Right. Yeah, well, I guess with the first version of the game, you never know how how people will react to it, how people will act, and then they were able to perfect that, I guess, in Donkey Kong Country 2.
Right. Yeah, it's amazing how much you really learn when you make a game and then you watch somebody play it. And especially when you watch a wide audience play it. Like, I have no doubt that this game received extensive playtesting.
Yeah.
But the kinds of things that people outside of the industry do when they encounter games are very different from the kinds of things that someone paid to play test a game will do.
Right.
And that definitely sets up some situations where you learn in ways that you never would have expected. I'm sure people with experience designing games of their own can attest to that.
I felt like there should have been a platform there.
Yeah.
I feel like it disappeared as soon as it went off screen.
Yeah. For the most part, this does a good job of keeping these elevators spawned. I'd say better than a lot of similar levels in contemporary games.
Yeah.
But obviously, there's only so much memory. There's only so many ways that you can keep track of something. And because we want a game that actually works, at the end of the day, if you move too far away from something, you're gonna despawn it.
Yeah.
So that's just the way it is.
It's nice that those guys have such a small patrol. Like they're just walking backwards and forwards slightly. They're just pacing, like they're thinking about something. Alright, come on. What you gonna do, B? And here's that exit sign. Oh, got me.
Yeah, you just have this single challenge. Fortunately, this is like the toughest part of the world, honestly, probably, these elevators right here.
No, 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 I did the same thing again.
Yeah, you can get onto the ledge right behind that zinger there, and use that to time yourself a little bit better. You can also grab a barrel early on and keep it up until that point so you can kill the zinger.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the intended strategy.
Yeah. Alright. I'm back stuck with Diddy against all of these guys who are immune to him, but that's alright.
I have full faith in you.
I'm an expert now.
Well,
Once
you
I've
do
died
have
up to something 8 times, I start to learn. Oh, but that's a new thing to die from.
You do have the roll mechanics down a lot better. Like you're managing to kill those guys and avoid putting yourself out of control in the animation afterwards.
No, it's too slow.
The Nike still vexes you though.
Yeah, I hates it. Nasty fat hobbit. I'm just following him instead of trying to attack him, because if he's going to kill himself, then, you know,
Might as well let.
let him. If they want to walk off the edge to their death, then that's fine. None of them are as sensible as that one from that previous level who stayed out of range completely, and just sat at the top and didn't jump off the edge. Alright.
There you go. Yeah, the switching is also a little bit annoying in this game. I think you've probably noticed by now that you can't switch out Donkey for Diddy or vice versa unless there's enough space between the two character models.
Right. I couldn't do it while I was on those platforms in the moving stage.
Right. The animations of the models are kind of finicky. They're not under your control. You know what your partner's doing behind you is weird, as you can see right there. Sometimes.
Let's get onto the back side of this ledge.
There you go, and that should make it a little nicer.
Progress. That was a blind jump of faith.
Right. Dang. If the game's well designed, then blind jumps of faith should pay off, right? So that's.
And progress.
Excellent.
And we've made it to the save point, which is great. So I guess we will see you in the next episode.
Thanks for watching.